Okay, so it's 5th of June, 2 days over my first month period at the gym, and I barely drag myself to the gym, which is around 1.4 miles away. But seriously, I was trying to run to do like my warm-up, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it today. I feel really tired. Hi Kurt Spines, and welcome back. It's been 9 months since I spoke something with you. I hope you're doing all well and you managed to keep in shape even though COVID has kept us indoors a lot. So the news I have is that since May I started to go to the gym and I finally got into weightlifting, which I've been wanting to do for so long, and that's why I wanted to update you with photos and have a little bit of chat and tell you what I've learned in this period of time. Despite the fact that the aspect of my body, it's not the way I prefer it to look, to be honest, I still had some pain every now and then. If you listen to some of my previous videos, you would know that I've done Schroth in 2019 in Budapest, and since then I kind of live pain-free, to be honest. Every now and then I still get discomfort or some nerve pain. Nevertheless, it's not compared with how I used to be before Schroth. It means a lot to have strong muscles overall, and I've learned that nothing holds our spine best rather than our muscles. I used to be a professional handball player in my youth, in my teenage years, so I was accustomed with strong, powerful training program, but I've never lifted weights before. I'm glad I did, and I'm telling you, before you start doing any weightlifting, I recommend you learn to become aware of your body first, because like I mentioned before, having scoliosis and being in discomfort all the time, your brain tends to filter a lot of the way your body feels. This was my first thought. When I became aware of my body, I became aware of the fact that I wasn't aware of my body, if that makes any sense. So if you're gonna do weightlifting, you really need to be aware of yourself and of your body and of your structure in order to not hurt yourself. I tried to go to the gym maybe 4 years ago when I didn't know what I was doing with myself, and I got injured. Please, please, please don't get into weightlifting if you are not aware of your body. Start with yoga, start with breathing, or even with Schroth if you're able to. Actually, start with Schroth if you can. That's my first recommendation. But if you don't have access to it yet, make sure you're starting with something that will make you present in your body. So some of the photos I'm gonna post are gonna basically, I took them just to see how my body will change overall, and still wanted to get rid of the little bit of fat I have, but that leaves the aspect of like a soft body. I really want to get rid of that, not because I hate it or anything like that. I try to stay away from hating myself. My body has no fault that it is the way it is. However, it is my fault that my body condition is how it is because I haven't dealt with it. I do want to get rid of some of the body fat, if you will. So some of the photos I took mainly for that. Basically, like I said, I started on 3rd of May, so it's been a little bit over 3 months. To tell you the truth, it was quite difficult because I got into the gym sessions like I was training so hard from before, so I was really fatigued, and I had some days where I had to take naps. So I understand if you have a busy schedule, it might take longer for you to keep up with going to the gym and having a life, a busy life, and especially if you're a parent and so on and so forth. So I'm quite fortunate with that because I'm working from home. I was able to take naps and rest when I needed to. What I've learned this 3 months is that basically you are stronger than you think, and a lot of the times it is our mental or our mind is the one that limits us. So I realized that I was already deciding for myself what I can do or I cannot do without even trying or going beyond my limits. That is a good lesson. I kind of surprise myself day after day, and I am suffering with discipline. I am really undisciplined. Having to wake up and going to the gym, that was really challenging for me. Challenging as in because my mind is my worst enemy. Even though at times I felt really tired and I felt like I cannot go to the gym, like I basically cannot walk, never mind run to the gym and back. Mind you, I have to run 1.8 miles and I'm coming back walking the same. But I start with the running and then I'm going like 1 hour gym session. Overtraining is not healthy, you know. We have this simplistic idea that if we're gonna train, that means it's healthy. So the more you train, the healthier you get. That is wrong. The more you train, the more you oxidize your cell, the more you're getting older, the more you use up everything basically. That's why a lot of athletes, they don't look quite healthy if they're professional athletes. But I wanted to train more just because I wanted the results faster. I didn't have patience to, take it easily. The recommended training sessions, I think it's, believe it or not, 1.5 hours. So I think I was doing 4 hours or 5 hours a week to begin with, because I just wanted the results, and now I do between 3-4 hours. I do plan to cut it down once I get the results I want, but I don't recommend overtraining. That's not going to help you. Another thing I became aware of, which is kind of obvious for some people, is that my goal was to build muscle, and since I started to weightlift, I started to eat more than I was, and I was really hungry, so I started to eat quite a bit because my goal was to build muscle. But in the meantime, I also gained more weight and more fat, and I kind of got sad because I felt that I am not progressing at all. But then I realized that I can't focus on losing fat and building muscle at the same time. So when you start a goal, a fitness goal, whichever that be, bear in mind that you can't have everything at once, and you have to focus on your goal, and then your goal will change. Just because you don't see you're losing fat doesn't mean you're not progressing if your goal is to build muscle. Overall, I think I'm literally without any pain now. Sometimes I get like shooting nerve pains all over my body. That is really weird. I don't know what's causing that. I think the structure, just because you're not balanced, and sometimes the way I twist, I get nerve pain on my neck or down my legs or down my ribs. It's really weird, and it's such a sudden terrible pain, but thank God it's just like a flashlight, it's gone. And this is what I've learned so far, or at least this is why I'm aware that I've learned so far, and I wanted to share with you that is doable. And like I said, if you listened to my content before or you read some of my posts, you know that I don't believe that scoliosis is a disability. Now, granted, my ignorance can serve against me. I don't know all the cases of scoliosis. I know that some people are really bad with this condition, but that it's really rare. Having experience and having part of the scoliosis communities, forums and groups, I realized that most of the time the person is the problem, not the scoliosis. And I've learned that myself. I was the root of my pain, not the scoliosis. I cannot hold my body accountable and responsible for the way it is. However, I can hold myself responsible and accountable for the condition of my body. So if I am soft or fat or weak and I have scoliosis, it's not my body's fault that I have pain. I guess that is another lesson I've learned, and hopefully that will help you make up your mind that you're not as limited as you think you are, and you are way powerful than you imagine or you feel or you think or whatever it is. Hopefully it's not going to take another 9 months when I'll come back. And yeah, just let me know what else would you like to hear from me, or what else I could record in order to help you. I keep wanting to do more workouts and show you more of the way I train. So yeah, let me know if you agree with that. And like I said, if you're not part of the My Curved Spine Facebook group, make sure you check the description box. I'm sure you're gonna find a link there. I hope you will all have the courage to confront yourself and yeah, find the warrior that's within you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. See ya. I didn't think I could do this, and I did it. I did a class and I did a hit and I did weightlifting in 1 hour and a half, even though I barely dragged myself. So in 3 days I'm gonna have first month, and yep, so far so good. I did have a little bit of back pain, and I've also had some of like sciatica nerve pain, but other than that, I'm fine. And hopefully I'll get stronger so I can prove that you can get stronger with scoliosis, and hopefully we'll manage to get rid of this pain. See ya!